Marxent, we've been around for about 10 years. I'm going to introduce you a few case studies, but I'm really going to focus more on giving you some demos, because I think everyone gets bored of a sales deck or a company intro, but I really want to try and show a kitchen, decking, if we get a chance, bathroom demonstration as well, and then a bit of time at the end on Q&A. Before that, I'm just going to glide through some of these slides. So Marxent, we're a US company, startup. I say startup, we've been around for 10 years now, very much still in a startup mode. And we launched the business in Europe just over a year ago. What our aim is to really help retailers, a busy slide here, but to help retailers with anything to do with 3D. So what we do is we provide a platform so that any of our retailers can invest in a 3D asset like the chair you see in the middle there. Instead of just thinking about one experience like augmented reality or a configurator or a room planner, they always know that they can scale and reuse and sweat that investment in content so that they can scale up different experiences. So anyone that works with us is really thinking about, right, we believe in 3D, we know it's got a place now in certain use cases, and it's going to be bigger and better in the future. And coming out of COVID, like everyone, there was good, there was some bad. We used to have, our leading solution was really virtual reality, but now it's just gone crazy with our web solution. So the ability to design a room online has really helped. A lot of these are just the public references that we have, the likes of Lowe's, I'm sure you'll all recognize, Lazy Boy, very famous from Friends, Joey and Chandler with that reclining chair. They have one of the biggest design service in the US, John Lewis, Macy's. And they're all having to adapt. Everyone is thinking about DIY, improving the home, whether that's social, eating, educating with the kids. And so the home's become a lot more important. We've got a lot more spare time. So people are thinking about how to do that, but they don't necessarily want to go to the store. So our tools are really helping retailers to sell a room versus a product, because traditionally products, it's only single transactions online. They struggle to get the average order value up online. So that's what we're doing. It's just some snapshots of the home pages of our retailers really pushing that kind of online virtual appointments, and some case studies before we get into an actual demonstration. We've got John Lewis. So John Lewis started last year with virtual reality. If we've got time at the end, I will show you a video, but that was really so a partner could help people in store to quickly sketch out on the iPad a room and then see it in the headset and virtually walk around the room. This really helps with them making better decisions. They can see the color of their wall against the sofa. They can understand if that table is really going to go with the main sofa, and perhaps even if they've got enough space for that side sofa. Again, John Lewis, it's been a great partnership so far, and it's not just focused on one product, it's focused on a number of them. And I'm going to jump, see this picture here? This is actually a picture produced from one of our room planners. If I select that, and what we can do is we can map from photos individual rooms or projects. So as you can imagine, with everyone shopping on Pinterest these days, instead of clicking a picture on Pinterest and going into a PDP e-commerce page, instead imagine just being able to go tap, you're into the room. You can now see the room, get a real sense of it in 3D, and absolutely everything in this room is interactive, almost very playful, almost like a game like, but everything's spot on. I can say, you know what, I'm going to change that, and I'm going to mirror in perhaps. It's tap, 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 tap. Really easy. Everything's about speed. You can see the reflection in the mirror there. So that's kind of one journey. You can work from a 3D room and maybe even just adapt that room to the dimensions that make sense for your room at home. And then you can start playing, you know what, I like that picture, but I'm probably gonna, because of the light, reposition my room to something that makes a bit more sense with the space that I've got. There we are. And then before, right, the chairs are, I'll rearrange them later, but you get an idea of that. And they might say, well, we're not going to change the wall paint. So we've got more of a, like a tan color at home and a lighter gray. So then they can get a sense of this is going to work. Okay, I like the bed, I've got enough size, the chairs are pretty cool as well. And they can make a better decision, size, visual fit. I'm just going to check that I've still got your, okay, I assume we're still okay. I'll carry on. Right, next would be nice to show you from scratch, actually. So instead of working from 3D rooms, why don't we, this is Allen and Roth. They're one of the biggest cabinet manufacturers in the US, and they're exclusively at Lowe's. So in the US, you'd be able to build your kitchen. And for the first time ever, really, and what we've seen is some phenomenal numbers coming out of COVID as well. People are actually designing a kitchen themselves. The norm of the journey is that they can't design online because it's not fast enough or intuitive enough. They're either designing online or they're practically finishing their projects and taking them in store and then buying. So just like I showed you before, you might want to start the journey by opening an inspirational room. I like the look of this kitchen. Let's give that a second. There we are. And then we go into that kitchen. Oops, something there. You can get a real sense for the look of this kitchen. Like, yeah, okay, I like that one. But this time I'm going to start from scratch and design straight from the floor plan. So let's go. My drawing pencil. You've got the option to just simply draw like this. And you can imagine how easy this is, even on a tablet in store. It's just really intuitive. The average session time is going to be like 15 minutes of furniture. And then, before you know it, let's put a few windows. Maybe a door down here. Then we go into 3D mode. I'm just going to change that door to give me a bit more space. Let's just pretend it's on the other side. Okay. So this is what we've got. It's quite a tight space, but I like a challenge. Let's go to that one that we like the look of. And so then from what you can start doing from here, which is a really nice feature that's been driving people online, I've actually clipped the cabinet from the picture. And what I'm starting to do is build from the picture the cabinets. And then before you know it, you're in a position where I'm just going to narrow that. Before we can start building our kitchen. Of course, the great thing about room is that you can start bringing in different products to really make the room. What am I looking for? I'm after decor. To bring the room to life. Let's go for the chairs. Not the most practical one for the room, but you get the idea how you can bring context of different rooms, whether that be open kitchen, living rooms, to quickly design a kitchen. Everything, it's like a traditional architect's planning tool as well. So you've got all the ability to check dimensions of the products. So you know what, is that really going to fit in there? Am I going to have enough room? Less than half a meter, not even going to be able to get to the window, so perhaps not. There's lighting controls as well. There's checklist here to help the consumer. So if you haven't changed the floor yet, you want to add a fridge, maybe let's go and do that. Add This is American, so they are truly American fridges, so they're very big. We're going to get a clash here, I'm sure. Clash both on the window, so yeah, I'm going to have to. There we are, but then I've got enough space. Sorry, very busy here. Let's give me a bit more. And I'm able to put the freezer, put freezer in there, and you can see, yeah, it seems to work. Next one, how much time have we got? We're nearly up already. I'll quickly show you a deck in the Lowe's decking tool. And this was complex. So it's one thing designing a kitchen online, but to be able to design a decking was really, it's an industry first, because they can be really complex, especially in the US. And I know UK and Europe's had a big demand in decking as everyone's socializing more at home and making more of their garden and the decent weather that we've had in Europe. But yeah, the ability to open a template or an inspirational decking and then start designing the deck, working with your garden, working with your room, you can really make a better decision. And probably one of the biggest things for Lowe's and AZEK, another one of the biggest manufacturers, is it's not only this, it's getting the billing of materials so that you can export this room and add it direct to cart. So that's something I didn't mention. You can add every single one of these straight into the cart and buy online, and this will give you all the instructions for that. I've got 1 minute left. I think we pretty much covered everything, but the stats have to be a bit careful, but it doesn't get much better than that when the CEO of Macy's, Jeff Jeanette, I could put all of these fancy numbers on a slide, but when he's saying basket size is up over 45% and returns are down 25%, I think that's real. You're not going to see much better numbers than that, and him speaking on main stage NRF or Shop Talk. We're in over 150 stores in VR as well. Our customers all post on LinkedIn on how proud they are to work with us. Again, lazy boy, it's not just one solution, it's the whole crop, thousands of them. And then last bit is just those pictures. We can produce pictures from the design tool itself, which links back to that Pinterest opportunity that I mentioned before. So I think pretty much out of time. Apologies for the start of the session with the audio. I don't think anyone else comes and joins us, so I can open up to any questions if you want to type away, and I'll do my best. Or if anyone would like me to continue with another demo or change one of those horrible design rooms or taste of designs that I did, feel free to send a message. I'll have a tea in case there isn't. No, I think we're good. So you can contact me if needed at Leigh@Marxent.com or connect with me online at LinkedIn if you have any questions. And yeah, thank you for your time today. And yeah, have a lovely weekend, everyone.